what's going on, everybody out there? This is Jakejames Lugo, Senior Editor here at thecoalition.com. I'm back again with a brand new unboxing and impressions video. This is going to be a little bit different than usual, because considering there's no box to unbox, technically, but we're going to be looking at the PlayStation Anthology book from Geeks Line Publishing. Now, I actually got in touch with Geeks Line. They sent this over to me to actually review for you guys, or take a look at for the unboxing and impression series, so big shout outs to them. But we're going to take a look at the inside of the book. We're going to look through kind of like a couple pages and skim through it, just to give you an idea of what's inside this book. Now, I wanted to take a look at this for quite some time. Again, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a closer look here. Hopefully the camera can pick it up okay. I've wanted to look at this for quite some time because Geeks Line publishes a series of books that looks at various different consoles and kind of gives an overall history, a complete collection of the different games that were released on the platform, as well as also interviews and other cool info and a kind of like a montage or a grouping of collectibles that were released for a particular console. In this case, obviously being the PlayStation 1, the original PlayStation. Now, they also have one for the N64, which I will be taking a look at here on the unboxing and impression series, but we're going to talk all PlayStation today. We're going to look at everything that it has here. So hopefully I'm going to kind of get this here good on camera so that way you guys could see it. That way we can take a look at the book together. Now, opening it up, again, just even before then, like even just looking at it like this, the book is very meaty. It's very, very, heavy as far as the stuff that's inside of it. This version of the book, though, which we're looking at now, is the classic edition, which is the original version of the book that you could buy now, but it's also available in a collector's edition that has more pages and extra content with it. But here you go. This is the first page when you kind of like open it up. This PlayStation Anthology. It's got an editorial, kind of like a forward from Jim Destroy, or GM Destroy. I don't know exactly who that is, but I'm going to read through it when I get some time to check it out. From what I can tell so far, it's in color. The pages feel very, very nice. It's got a very high production and quality value. Again, this is one of those coffee table books that you want to have, like when, part of your library, or just, somewhere like in your living room if you just want to skim through it when you're eating or having a cup of coffee or just chilling out and stuff. So anyway, here we go. Got the table of contents. Now, again, you're not going to be able to see this on camera, but I'll read it off as you guys can probably see a little bit of the words. It's not really legible on the camera, but it's got a complete history of the PlayStation 1. It's got a whole bunch of little different chapters that are marked off, I'm guessing, with different titles and probably some editorial stuff in there. They got interviews from a variety of different people, including Yuji Horii, Rodney Allen Glenbait, Osamu Sato. I'm trying to see if I can notice any other names that I recognize here. Kanta Watanabe. And as well as also Suda51, I could see in here. Tommy Tallarico, that's another person I actually know. Who else we got in here? I'm skimming through it. Jason Rubin, a whole bunch of different interviews. Again, total, it looks like there's over 10 or 20 interviews here, which is pretty cool. Again, you guys can see it right here. On the other side here, we got collectibles and special editions organized by year, which is pretty good. And they got a table, which we're going to take a look at probably in a second, as well as also a look at the hardware, unreleased games, and also backers, because again, this book here originally was Kickstarted, or at least the line of books were originally Kickstarted before they were finally published. So backers were able to get a copy of the book. And we also got some artwork. But anyway, look at this. This looks pretty damn cool. Overall, history of the PlayStation, even though it's all in green, it's got a nice introduction right here. Check this out. This looks very, very good. Again, looking back at some of the older stuff before the PlayStation came into existence, looking at, I guess, a brief overview of Sony as a company. Again, as you guys can see in here, some of the images are in black and white and some are in color. Again, these are older images, but let's kind of move forward again, get past all this stuff. I can see a little bit of Star Wars right there. The Empire Strikes Back, as well as also some NES and Super Nintendo stuff. Looking at some of the things in the back down. Now, this is interesting here. Is it right here? Yeah. It starts off right here and it continues onward. This is a look at the Nintendo PlayStation, which, if you guys don't know, the Nintendo PlayStation was originally supposed to be a collaboration between Nintendo and Sony PlayStation in order to make a disc-based console or disc-based add-on or version of the Super Nintendo. And that never ended up coming to existence, and there was only a couple prototypes that were made. But here we go. It looks at some of the stuff, the history, and of course the big betrayal, which they have a whole detail right here on the side of the page. You can't read it here, but they have it labeled on there. Basically talking about when Nintendo basically kind of double-crossed PlayStation back in the day, or Sony back in the day, and what led to the development of the original PlayStation. So they go through all this stuff, whole bunch of extra content, extra info about the history of the PlayStation before it came into existence. Let's get to the actual meat of when the PlayStation was first made here. Again, there's a lot of info to unpack here. Let me make sure I go to the right pages. This is the... What's it here? I'm trying to make sure. So that's the 3DO. Okay, and then they got the different logos here of the PlayStation, which we were just seeing before. I'm trying to get to the, what is it? Or actually, no, here it is right here. They actually have a look at some of the different prototypes for the PlayStation 1, or at least the original PlayStation. Okay, I guess it starts here, but I'm trying to get to the part where they actually have some, there we go. This is when the first model PlayStation 1, or the original PlayStation, gets made, and they kind of, go through some of the history, some of the games, some of the big titles that were introduced on the platform, obviously, some pictures from, I'm guessing, E3, and even some stuff with Michael Jackson. I remember looking at this for the promo material for this book and actually seeing this. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That's, believe it or not, that's Michael Jackson playing Tekken 1. He's using martial law. That's what I'm talking about. So it's pretty crazy. And again, we got a listing of titles: NBA Jam, Rayman, Street Fighter, the movie game, Total Eclipse, Battle Arena Toshinden, or Toshigen. Again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Also, Ridge Racer. Again, if you can see it here on the side. Again, can't really make it on the camera up close because, again, it'll kind of get out of focus here. But it's got a listing of the games there. It's pretty damn freaking cool. So let's continue onward. Just, again, to skim through some more of the book. Oh, there we go. Let's get to my man, Crash Bandicoot. I just saw that a second ago. Where is he? Where is he? I just saw it there. There he is. There's our man. There's our marsupial. There we go. So, again, it goes through a lot of the original games that were really big hits on the console. It gets into some stuff about E3 and some of the other CES shows. Some more history. Some more, obviously, numbers and sale figures. Pretty damn cool. But let's go a little bit further. Then check out that Lara Croft cosplay. That's pretty damn cool. I don't know if you guys can make that out. There we go. But also, let's get into some of the peripherals, which I think is pretty awesome. This is the type of stuff that really makes these types of books really good. And then they're getting into some of the competition with the N64 and some of the other titles that came to the PlayStation 1. But like the peripherals, to me, are what really make these types of books really good, because sometimes you'll get to see certain things that you just don't get to see all that common all over the place. There goes Oddworld. Big shout outs to the Oddworld company, the guys, what is it, that make that series. New generation, blah, blah, blah. And then they go to the PlayStation 2, which, again, has followed up the original PlayStation. But I want to get to, like, the hardware stuff. Let's see. Here we go. Some more hardware stuff. Again, the remodeling and the reimagining of the original PlayStation, where they dubbed it the PS1. They branded it the PS1, but it was smaller. It fixed up a lot of the problems of the original PlayStation. It had different units, different types of tech that was related to it that had it in there. Very, very cool stuff overall. Again, and as I keep going, like, they start showing the PSP, they start showing some notes. Then we got the interview section, as you can see here. Very, very nice, very high quality. The pages, again, as I'm holding this, feel really, really freaking cool. And I'm not going to go through each one of these interviews, but again, as you guys can see here as I'm flipping through them, there's very, very, very cool stuff, images, deep dives into a lot of the big games from back in the day. There we go. Check out that Crash Bandicoot. There he is. There he is. Let's keep going. Oh, they even got going to a lot of depth with Crash Bandicoot. You can see the Aqua Mask and the Wampa Fruit. But let's keep going here. Some Street Fighter. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Got some Street Fighter Alpha in there. The Hideki Tsuno. Did a lot of stuff with rival schools, as you guys can see here. This is really, really cool to me. I love this type of stuff. It's fascinating to me. But let's keep going. I want to get to the hardware stuff. Let's get to that hardware, son. We want to get to the real good stuff. Oh, before even, let's just take a moment to show some Final Fantasy VII love and Final Fantasy VIII love. Was Yoshinori Kitase. Again, a lot of the stuff with Square Enix or Square Soft back in the day. If you're old school and you know about all this stuff, okay, pat yourself on the back. Got some Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, Ultimecia. There goes that FF7 love right there. A lot of the big classics, a lot of big crazy moments. Final Fantasy VII was an event for the PlayStation 1. Let me put it that way. And again, same thing with Final Fantasy VIII. Final Fantasy VIII was another one, which is because it was the follow-up to Final Fantasy VII. And then all the different stuff here, the different editions of Final Fantasy VII, VIII, and IX. This is just really kick-ass. I love this stuff. Let's keep going. Let's get to that hardware, son. Gotta get to the hardware. Keep getting distracted. We want to get to the hardware. Here we go. Collectibles and special editions. This is cool, okay? And this will be like the last thing that we really look at as far as looking at this unboxing impressions. Again, you guys are getting a rough idea of what's in this book. Again, if you love collectibles, if you love certain consoles, especially the PlayStation or the original PlayStation, or you're just a big PlayStation enthusiast, this to me is a must-own. I feel like, this has a lot of different stuff in it, as we're even seeing right here. A lot of these collectibles, the light guns, the different special editions of games, even, check it right here, I can even see it right here. Hopefully, I don't know if you guys can make this out on the camera. Some special edition stuff for Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Freaking landmark game on the PlayStation 1. The original PlayStation. He even had like some of the soundtrack stuff in there, which is very, very freaking cool. Just scrolling through now, we got a lot of Mega Man X stuff. We got also some Tomb Raider collectibles. NBA Jam, I think that's NBA Jam. Yeah, I believe that's NBA Jam or NBA Live. Some Dragon Ball Z stuff, which again in Japan, Dragon Ball has obviously always been a big hit. But there was a couple big releases both in Japan and in Europe that were related to Dragon Ball, including Ultimate Battle 22. If you guys know what that is, pat yourself on the back with that one. Metal Gear, I mean, what more can you really say about Metal Gear Solid? Look at this. Look at this stuff. I'm telling you, if you guys want to get more details about this, you got to get this book. This book is phenomenal. Now, let's keep going really quickly. Again, I just want to see if I can see any more cool little collectibles really quickly. Some Final Fantasy VIII stuff. Final Fantasy VIII posters, special editions, branded memory card. Very, very cool. Any other stuff in here that we could quickly look at before we go? Oh, damn, look at that. Even more Metal Gear. I mean, look at all that Metal Gear, son. There's so much Metal Gear. It's all over the place. Look, we even got figures, B. It's crazy, man. But anyway, you guys get the idea. Here we go. Let's look at some more hardware. This is the inside of the PlayStation 1. The belly of the beast, as they call it here. They even titled it that, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Again, even has a comparison table. This is dope. You see, this is neat. This is when you know you got to pat these guys on the back and buy them a drink, because look at the comparison charts that they got. They got it between the 3DO, the Amiga CD32, the Atari Jaguar, the Sega Saturn, the original PlayStation, and the N64. Has all the specs, has all the different types of technical, information related to the guts inside of the console. This is really cool. Again, super, super detailed. Even has even more stuff, different PlayStation versions. Even has, looks at all the different models of the PlayStation 1. That is freaking sweet, man. Freaking sweet. And then we even got special models. Look at this. Of the black PlayStation, which was the developer kit from back in the day for people that wanted to make homebrew games, or at least games to try to release on the PlayStation 1. Same thing here, the debugging station, which was blue. Again, see if you can see that better on the camera. This is very cool. I love this stuff. This is amazing. So there you go. To kind of give you guys a quick... let's even look at this really quickly. Let's just get a real quick look at this before we end this off. I know I'm going on long, I keep saying that, but again, unreleased games. They have an entire listing of unreleased titles in here that I'm pretty sure a lot of you PS enthusiasts are definitely going to want to see that. And then we got finally the backers. So there you go. There's a quick overview of the entire PlayStation Anthology book from Geeks Line Publishing. You guys definitely need to pick this up if you're a PlayStation enthusiast, if you love the PlayStation 1, or if you love just collecting books and collecting info and having other collectibles within your your mantle, your desktop, anything of the sort. You definitely need to pick up a book like this, especially if you love PlayStation. So there you go. That's my thoughts on the PlayStation Anthology. Let me know what's up in the comment section below. Tell me if you guys enjoyed this unboxing and impressions video, even though we weren't really unboxing something, but the impressions nonetheless. Make sure that you guys leave a like on this video, subscribe to the Koalition's YouTube channel for all our videos related to gaming, podcasts, and a whole bunch of other great stuff. We got a lot of great content that's coming very, very soon. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be looking at some of the other books from Geeks Line Publishing, including the N64 book. It's already on the way. You guys will be able to see it here on the channel once it comes in. I will talk to you guys again very soon. Peace out, and stay epic, everybody.